I want to talk now about how you can potentially make money from AI by suing the AI companies. This is a great story. I think this might be a bit UK centric. It's good that we have myself, a Brit, a Nick, a Yank on the show. So you can maybe tell me if it works the same way in the US. But in the UK, the reason that I think this is so interesting is because if they've set this up in the way that the UK system works, then you could potentially make money doing this in a really low effort way. So the top and bottom of it is, if you don't want AI visibility from your content, or you don't want the AI tools to look at your content and quote unquote steal your content, then you can basically tell the LLM crawlers to not come to your site. And this was or has been traditionally done in the Robots.txt file with a notice on the website to tell them to not come and look at your website. And they are basically wholeheartedly ignoring that. So they are just not looking at what's written in your Robots.txt in the way that you can prevent Google from coming to your website in the Robots.txt, and it sort of just algorithmically honors that. The LLMs are not honoring what's in the Robots.txt. So a UK organization called Movement for an Open Web, the MOW, have released what's called an SOC, which is a search-only contract. And if you set this up, then the way that it works is it's explicitly telling the LLMs that if they come to look at your content, then they are in breach of intellectual property rights, and that they are liable for £500 fine per article. Okay, are you with me so far? Okay, so what's interesting is in the UK, we have something called the Small Claims Court, where you can, for a very, very low fee, I think it's about £50, you can initiate a small claim against the company if they are in breach of, a contract. This contract is being set up and established through the MOW, placed on the website. And if a crawler comes and breaches what's explicitly stated within that contract, i.e. they do go to a page, extract the information, and this is easily provable, according to the article, just by simply asking an LLM, do you know this information? Okay, where did you get it from? And it's like, I got it from this page. So it's really easy to prove. The way the Small Claims Court is, for £50, you go to court. Often you don't have to even go because it's Small Claims Court. This sort of process is all done via this organization. So it's like all of the complicated parts are done for you. If the person that you're taking to court doesn't show up, which almost certainly they will not, you're not going to get a Google representative or an Anthropic representative go to a Small Claims Court in the UK for a small, tiny little thing like this, then the judgment will be ruled exclusively in your favor and they will be forced to pay. If they don't pay, then the bailiffs are allowed to go and extract the value of what they owe you from the premises.
Is there a limit to it's if you go beyond this amount, it's no longer small claims? Because if you, let's say you had 1,000 pages and you could, spent the time to prove that they violated that on 1,000 pages. Is there some sort of limit here?
I think it's explicitly set up for on a per page basis of £500 per page. That's what keeps it within that realm of small claims. So you can do multiple
but if you had
small claims.
A million pages and now you're saying you go in there and you're now looking for a $50 million pound payout.
Well, first of all, we need to see if this works. So someone needs to get a judgment. They need to have the value. Either the LLMs will pay. So the first time that this happens and goes to court, I'm going to say, okay, somebody crawled our site and we've got this explicit SOC contract on the site. You're in breach. I can prove it. I've got the evidence that you took information from this page. You owe us £500. Take it to Small Claims Court. They don't show. Judge rules in our favor. They owe us £500. So they're either going to give me a check, pay the £500, job done, or they're not going to pay. And actually what's wonderful is if they don't pay, then the bailiffs, they are allowed to enter the property without a warrant and take the value. And the article talks here about how how Google has just has new offices in London, and they've got these sleep pod chairs for $1,500 a pop or something. So
Google
see.
does, but what about, Anthropic and OpenAI? They I don't know if they have offices in the UK. Because if they don't, there's not much they could do there, I would assume.
Potentially, yeah. I'm not sure. We need to see how it pans out. I didn't even know that you could sort of, if you publish something on the web, then I don't know. But it'll be interesting to see. And if you're going to this effort to make, if you're not making money from your content and you're trying to sue to make money, it's probably not a good spot to be in anyway, is it?
Well, it's not a good spot to be a publisher because this is really only relevant to publishers. If you're an e-commerce business, a service business, you want, you're not creating content for the joy of readership, right?
No,
for your readers,
course,
so you want the AI models to find your content and deliver it to people looking for it because that's the entire reason you create it. But if you're a publisher and you've been demolished by Google, and we worked with a lot of clients in this space that I could see people like, okay, I could I could profit on my content again, but I don't see how this actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's available for free now. You can go to m4ow.uk/SOCW-2.txt, and there is a guide to its implementation. And it is completely risk-free for publishers, which ensures that the implementation of this contract is completely risk-free. And that's the way that the small claims court operates. So it's built within a system that's designed to achieve this sort of £500 payout if they go to a page and nick your content.
But what's to stop people from you could use Claude to build your website real quickly. You could use it to create you a bunch of content real quickly, and then you could add this to your site, telling it not to, pull your content, and then you could use that same model, Claude, to then go and find the content. So, I mean,
okay, there's a business idea for the first listener that implements that. We want to hear from you.
100%.
Okay, thanks for listening, guys.